Good morning, student. Today's class is of mandible. Mandible, it is a part of the facial skeleton which forms the lower jaw, and it is the largest and strongest bone of the face, and it develops from the first pharyngeal arch. Okay, and it is a horseshoe shaped. Okay, it consists of the two parts basically, the body and the ramus. Okay, body and the ramus. So for holding anatomical position, you just have to hold like this. So this is anatomical position. Okay, so this it has mainly two parts, body. Okay, this is the body and the ramus. The body, it has a upper border. On this upper border there are the alveolar sockets for the teeth. So in this you can see there are the total 16 sockets for the teeth. Okay, 16 sockets for the teeth. Then it has a upper border and this lower border and outer surface and the inner surface. This is inner surface and this is the outer surface of body of this mandible. Okay, so first we'll see the outer surface and the outer surface. On outer surface, the two half of the mandible are joined by the symphysis menti. Here you can see this is the symphysis menti. Okay, this is the symphysis menti, and this two half of this, it joined by this triangular. Here you can see this is the triangular. It is called as a mental protuberance. This is the mental protuberance. On this mental protuberance, on either side of this, they are the tubercle. Here you can see. So now we are seeing the medial surface of the ramus of mandible. We have seen in last lecture, last video, that is mandibular canal. Its sharp margin is called as a lingula. So this is the lingula. Okay, and it leads to this one groove called as a mylohyoid groove. The upper border of ramus of mandible is called as a mandibular notch, while this lower border it is backward continuation with the base of mandible. Posteriorly, it is end by joining the one angle called as a mandibular angle of mandible. Okay, anterior and the posterior borders are thin. Okay, this coronoid process is also called as a crow's beaks. It has an anterior border and the posterior border. Posterior border, it forms this mandibular notch, while this is the apex of this. Then this is the condyloid process. It's a strong upward. Then it forms the temporomandibular joint. It has a head and the constricted part is called as a neck. Then it has a one fovea that is called as a pterygoid fovea. So this is the pterygoid fovea, and this constricted part is called as a neck. ये जो constricted part है वो neck है, और ये जो fossa है that is called as a fovea. Okay, now then let's move to the attachment on the mandible. So attachments on the mandible, these are the anterior oblique line. So this is the oblique line. It gives origin to this buccinator from the third molar. ऐसे जो रहेगी यहाँ पे buccinator muscle रहेगी. Okay, now we'll see the ossification of mandible. So mandibles ossify from the first pharyngeal arch, the alveolary borders and the area above this mandibular canal. जो ये है mandibular canal के above, this all parts is cartilaginous while development, while the rest of the part it is a membranous in development. Then after formation of clavicle, it is the second bone to be formed. Okay, then during the 6th week of intrauterine life in mesenchymal sheath of Meckel's cartilage. Okay, then the Meckel's cartilage is the skeletal element of the first pharyngeal arch. Then during development, this mandible is present in the two half joined by the symphysis menti. Okay, and it is fused at the age of 1 year of life. Okay, then we'll see the age changes. in age changes, the mandible, so in small kids, mandible will be small in size. Then in adult it is largest in the size. Then in old age it is smaller than the adult size. Okay. Then the alveolar process. So before the eruption of permanent teeth, before the eruption of the permanent teeth, you can see there are not 16 sockets are not present. Okay. In adult you can see all teeth will be present. Okay, all 16 alveolar sockets will be present. While in old age, due to the loss of teeth, the alveolar socket get filled. This tubercle, this is called as a mental tubercle. Okay. Then on the outer surface there is one foramen called as a mental foramen. Okay. And it is present at the interval between below this premolar tooth. Okay. Then there are the incisive fossa. Below this incisor teeth you can see these are the incisive fossa. Okay. So what are the body? It consists of upper border and the lower border. Upper border alveolar socket is there. Lower border it forms the base of the mandible. On outer surface one is that oblique line. This is the anterior border of the ramus of mandible, and below it is continue as a oblique line. Okay, so this is the oblique line. Okay. On inner surface, here you can see on the inner surface. Okay, so on inner surface there is a mylohyoid line. This mylohyoid line runs from the third molar tooth से लेकर एक ऐसी oblique line रहेगी, that is called as a mylohyoid line. This mylohyoid line divides okay, here ऐसे जो दिख रही है, okay, mylohyoid line. This mylohyoid line divided into this below submandibular fossa and above sublingual fossa. Okay, so it lodges the submandibular gland, it lodges the sublingual gland. Okay, then the posterior surface of symphysis mentae. Yes, you can see the posterior surface of symphysis mentae. There are the genile tubercles. So from anterior oblique line in this diagram you can see it is origin of the buccinator muscle. Then from the incisive fossa it gives origin to the mentalis and the orbicularis oris muscle. This alveolar border it gives attachment to the mucous membrane of the mouth. Okay, then this oblique line it gives to the origin, that is a depressor labia inferioris. Below there is depressor angula oris. On the lower border of mandible it gives origin to the depressor angula oris. Okay, then the outer surface of this masseter, the lateral surface of this mandible it gives origin to this masseter muscle, while the anterior border of coronoid process and the posterior border gives insertion to the temporalis muscle. Okay, while this at the angle just in front of angle it related with the facial vessels, and at the notch it's related with the masseteric nerves and the vessels. While from this mental foramen, mental nerves and vessels come out. Then next moves to this inner surface of this mandible attachment. This mylohyoid line gives origin to the mylohyoid muscles, while this above it is related with the sublingual gland, below it is related with the submandibular gland. The upper superior genile tubercle gives origin to the genioglossus, below geniohyoid, and this digastric fossa gives origin to the anterior belly of the digastric muscle. While the area just the anterior reabsorb. ठीक है, ये जो एल्वुलर सॉकेट है वो चले जाएंगे. देखो एडल्ट में ऐसे दिखेंगे, बट जैसे उनके दांत गिर जाएंगे तो ये रीएब्जॉर्प्शन ऑफ एल्वुलर सॉकेट्स इज देयर. अगर आप एकदम छोटे बच्चे का, न्यूबॉर्न बेबी का अगर मैंडिबल देखोगे, सो उनके भी ये टीथ का इरप्शन नहीं होता है, तो उनकी अभी एल्वुलर सॉकेट्स विल बी द स्मूथ रहेगा, ठीक है, बट स्मॉल साइज में मैंडिबल रहेगा और मैंडिबल विल बी प्रेजेंट इन द टू हाफ, ठीक है. देन the position of mandibular canal, the position of the mandibular canal in small children's, it will be a higher than this mylohyoid line. इसकी ये mylohyoid line है, ये mylohyoid line है, so it will be a present higher to this mylohyoid line, while in adult it is a present at the same level of this mylohyoid line, while in old age it is lies close to this upper border. ये दिख रहा है और ये इसकी ये upper border है, ये upper border slides close to this upper border. Okay, then the mental foramen. So this mental foramen in case of children's, it is present nearer to this lower border, while in adult it is present between the upper border and the lower border, and in old age it is present near the upper border. Okay, so in this three mandible you can see position of mandible. 1 minute. Okay, so here you can see position. So from the lower border, this is the present at lower border, then in between, and then on the upper superior genital tubercle. Below there will be the inferior genital tubercle. Okay, and this canal is called as a mandibular canal. This is the mandibular canal, and in continuation with this mandibular canal, here is the mylohyoid groove. Okay, ये जो है ये mylohyoid groove है. Okay, this one is actually many times the posterior end, ये जो दिख रहा है ये, the posterior end of mylohyoid line, it leads to mylohyoid groove. Okay, then upper alveolar upper border, it is called as alveolar border. Okay, and the lower border is called as the base of mandible. I have already told you. At the midline of the base, this is the digastric fossa. This is the digastric fossa. Now we'll see the ramus of mandible. This ramus of mandible, it is a quadrilateral in shape. It has a lateral surface and a medial surface. It has anterior border, upper border, lower border, and this is the posterior border, and it has two processes, coronoid process and condyloid process. The lateral surface is flat, bears a number of oblique line on ridges. Now we'll see its medial surface. This is the medial surface of ramus of mandible. There is a mandibular foramen that leads to this mandibular canal. ये foramen है और इसके अंदर रहेगी mandibular canal रहेगा, which leads to finally opens into this mental foramen. Last में mental foramen में वो open करेगा. The anterior margin of this mandibular canal is sharp, is called as a linguli. So ये जो है वो ये linguli. Okay. Anterior border of ramus of mandible, behind this third molar, it gives origin to the superior constrictors and pterygomandibular raphe, and behind it is related with this lingual nerve. Okay, then on the pterygoid fovea, it gives insertion to the lateral pterygoid muscles, and while on the inner surface of ramus of mandible, give insertion to the medial pterygoid muscle. Mylohyoid groove, it is related with the mylohyoid nerves and the artery. Okay, then this posterior border of ramus of mandible, it is related with this external carotid artery and superficial temporal artery, and again it give one branch, that is a maxillary artery. Then the below this condyloid process and below this neck, it is related with the auriculotemporal nerve. Okay, then the deep cervical fascia, it is attached to the whole length of this lower border of mandible. Then the this lingula, it gives attachment to the mandibular ligament. Okay, then another that is the lateral ligament of the temporomandibular joint. It is attached to the lateral to the neck of the neck. Okay, then the one ligament is the stylomandibular ligament, and this angle of the mandible, it gives attachment to this stylomandibular ligament. Then the lateral ligament of temporomandibular joint, then the sphenomandibular ligament. Okay, upper border. Okay, then the this coronoid and condylite process are at the same level. Okay, at the same level, while in the condylar process is higher. Condylar process is higher than the coronoid process, while in old age this coronoid process is placed higher than this condylite process. So आपको याद रखना है कि चिल्ड्रंस में क्या रहेगा, ये सेम लेवल पे रहेगा. चिल्ड्रंस में क्या रहेगा, ये सेम लेवल पे रहेगा. एंड एडल्ट में ये कोंडालाइट प्रोसेस ऊपर रहेगी, हायर में. एंड ओल्ड एज में ये कोरोनाइट प्रोसेस हायर देन कोंडालर प्रोसेस. ओके, देन द एंगल ऑफ मैंडिबल. ये जो एंगल ऑफ मैंडिबल है, सो इन चिल्ड्रंस इट इज नियरर टू द 90 डिग्री एंगल. ओके, 90 डिग्री राइट एंगल, नियरर टू राइट एंगल रहेगा. ठीक है, थोड़ा बहुत ऑब्ट्यूस रहेगा, नियर अबाउट ऑब्ट्यूस रहेगा. ओके, समवॉट ऑब्ट्यूस बट नियरर टू राइट एंगल. ठीक है, राइट एंगल भी नहीं रहेगा बट ऑब्ट्यूस रहेगा. ठीक है, देन इन अडल्ट इट इज द nearer to this right angle, while again in old age it becomes a obtuse angle. So here you can see this is the obtuse angle. So starting from obtuse angle, then the right angle, and then again obtuse angle. Okay, so this is the age difference of this mandible. It is very commonly asked in exam. Thank you.